What's up guys, this is HH Trader back with another video. In this video we're going to switch it up a little bit. So far we've been talking about street smart edge and trading the stock market and day trading. But in this video we're going to talk about some safer investments, right? Of course we can throw money around in the market all the time, but it's always good to have a backup and to continually increase our backup revenues or passive revenues or passive income. So in this video I want to talk to you guys about one of mine. It is called Funrise. Now Funrise, before we even get into this video, Funrise is only available in the US. So if you're not in the US, there are other options to invest in real estate and things like that. I may do videos prior to this, but this is specifically for US citizens that are 18 and older. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and get over there. All right, so this is Funrise's homepage here, and Funrise definitely gives a unique experience as a portfolio builder. And I mean, it's almost a very sleek and easy to look at and easy to navigate website. But right now we're on Funrise's homepage. That is fundrise.com. Fundrise. So we can go ahead and go through here and kind of look through this just on a base level. I have been with Funrise since 2018. And Funrise has always brought me either 8% on my investments or higher. So of course, these last couple of years, or these last 2 years with COVID, we did see a little bit of a dip. It gave me right above 8%, but still, that's what they lead with, is the 8%. And we'll look at some charts and things that'll get to that later as well. When it comes to building the portfolio and when it comes to saving you time, a lot of people want to get into real estate and get into like flipping houses, and I thought about that as well, but it was a time thing. Going and putting the capital into a specific project, going and putting my hands to work in the project takes time. So I was like, okay, I need to find me a way to maximize my time without taking away from everything else that I do. And Funrise was a great way to do that. So we're just scrolling down. We see that they have 150K plus active investors, and I am one of them. They have total assets of 5.1 billion, or over 5.1 billion. The net dividends earned by investors, that is over 100 million, and these figures are as of February 16th, 2021. So they definitely do change the way that you invest. They make it so simple, so easy. And when it comes to diversification, they actually give you 3 options. They give you a balanced option, they give you an appreciation option, and then they give you a high dividend option. And so with these options, you're able to, let's say if you do a balance, they'll give you projects of things that are getting built from scratch, and a good balance of things that are getting built from scratch, and a good amount of things that are already up and running and maybe just have a new renovation or new building onto that structure. So I do like that for them. If you go directly to the dividend, the high dividend is literally just going to give you all the projects that are going to give you the most dividend that can possibly be gotten. It does pay out every 3 months. So I mean, the more you invest, the bigger the dividend is per, I guess it would be a quarter. Yeah, per quarter. Let's see what else to talk about. I'm just scrolling down. This is the home screen, and we have reached the end of it. And there's the get started. I'm just talking about my experience for right now. And let's go over here and flip into the how it works section. So how does Fundrise work? They give us quality assets, low fees, smart technology. Very smart. All right, so let's go ahead, and if you want to read these, I am scrolling through. I guess you can pause the video as I'm scrolling, but I'm specifically going to be talking about my experience with Funrise. So your portfolio is powered by high quality, resilient assets. Yes, yes. They do notify you everything that pretty much happens in your account, whether they are acquiring a project, whether a project has finished and they're paying you out. Anything that happens, you're gonna know about it, and that's one thing that I love, the communication with Funrise. The next thing, let's see, your returns are maximized through our low fee approach. When I tell you it's low fee, it is a low fee. So I've been with them since 2018, and they charge what's called advisory fees. And at first, when I first was reading about it, I was like, oh man, this might be too high or whatever. But it's been 3 years with them, and I've paid almost $5 in advisory fees. So $5 for 3 years, and all of the money that they brought me in dividends, you just can't beat it. I mean, I don't know how they do it, but I was checking the stats and checking how, all of the, I guess my stats, and I was looking through and I was like, oh man, $5, how maybe this number is off. But when I did the calculations, it was definitely pinpoint. All right, so your first investment is just the beginning. Yes, and this is super cheap. So we'll go ahead and go through these important details here as well. Who can invest in Funrise? Any U.S. citizen currently residing in the U.S. who is over the age of 18, no accreditation required. Next thing, how does pricing work? Investors pay a 0.15% annual investment advisory fee, which may be waived under certain circumstances. This means that over a 12-month period, you will pay a $1.50 advisory fee for every $1,000 you've invested with us. Separately, the funds in your standard portfolios pay a 0.85% annual asset management fee. That's $8.50 per year for every $1,000 invested. You can find a full description of all the fees in our offering circulars. So if you want to check out the site and come here to the offering circulars, you can go into that. Is Funrise a long-term investment? I'll go ahead and tell you yes, but let's go ahead and get into it. It says absolutely. Like at all private real estate investments in Funrise should be viewed as a long-term, 5 years plus. This is because nearly all of the most effective real estate investing strategies require a combination of both expertise and time to pay off. And that's another thing. I mean, while these projects are going on, they may take 3 months, 6 months, a year, but all of them compounding are paying you out quarterly. So, it's just a big compound, especially if you don't touch the account. Like for me, I don't take any money out of this account. I just let it roll and roll and roll, and it just grows and grows and grows. And if I absolutely have to, then I'll start pulling out. But as for now, I just leave it as it is. The other thing, let's see, the next one, how does liquidity work at Funrise? While Funrise should be viewed as a long-term investment, we understand that investors may want or need to prematurely liquidate or redeem their shares. Accordingly, our investors may request to redeem shares at any time. Although such redemption cannot be guaranteed, especially in times of economic uncertainty, like last year with all of the bug and everything going on. Sometimes it gets a little hectic. Even in my according to my rates that I was receiving, 2019 I got about 11%, and then 2020 I got about it went down a little bit, almost to 10, and then I think coming into 2021 I have about 6% so far. So we'll see how the year closes up. It's probably in around 8 to 10%, something like that, but we will see. And there are no costs, and there may be costs associated with premature redemption, of course, because if you're in the middle of a project that the investment's already gone out, for them to pull those out, of course, there'll probably be a little bit of a cost. How do returns work at Fundrise? Real estate famously offers investors a unique mix of long-term appreciation and cash flow potential. You remember when I was telling you about the balanced approach, the appreciation approach, and then the high dividend approach? This is pretty much what this is talking about. So, investing with Funrise is no different. Funrise investor portfolios have the potential to generate dividends on a quarterly basis, while their shares also grow in value over time. These returns ultimately come from the individual real estate assets in your portfolio, interest or rental income collected, as well as potential appreciation in the property's value. So that's one thing I love about it. Even when you have your shares, there's so much value being added to what you have taken possession of, whether it be by compounding dividends, whether it be by the actual asset growing. It's just a nice circular like rotation every quarter. Anyway, that is how it works. Let's go on to the strategy overview. All right, so an expansive portfolio calibrated for steady growth. And I'm telling you, it is steady. Let me think. The site updates like almost daily. There's always a little gain in there. Always a little gain. But anyway, why private real estate? Why even invest in private real estate? Well, let's look at the graph. Attractive risk-adjusted return potential. So when you look at bonds, you look at the private real estate, which is Funrise here, the publicly traded REITs or REITs, and the stocks, look where they amount here. So on average, every year I've received over 8% on what I put in. So there is no doubt they definitely do that 8%. And like I said, 2019 I got up here into around that 10, 11 area. So it was nice. And I'm expecting it to continue to be very nice. I have no kind of bad things to say about Funrise. Strong, stable passive income. So look at the stability in this. So here's stocks, which day trading and risking and managing that risk out there, 1.9%. Bonds, 4.2%. REITs, REITs, 5.4%. And then here's your private real estate, around that stable 6.1. Now I've never got 6.1 from Funrise. It's always been over. Designed to harness the market's potential. The more than $5 billion of real estate we've invested in thus far have been strategically chosen to capitalize on the demands generated by long-term demographic trends. We believe that this focus on the real assets in the real economy is reflected in the results we've achieved for our clients. So here's the risk: higher risk, relatively lower risk, potential return. and we can see where the fixed income is, core plus, value add, and opportunistic. Now this opportunistic and value add is probably going to be on there that high dividend spectrum, but the appreciation and the dividends, I wouldn't say it's fixed, because it does change from quarter to quarter depending on how the market does, but it's very, very steady around the same price, or around the same payout. Investment strategies. By employing a combination of strategies, we aim to build well-rounded, resilient portfolios targeted to deliver consistently strong results based on our client goals. Yes, they do. They do. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention, their app. Their app is beautiful. It's one of the best investing apps that I've seen in a while, especially when it comes to seeing all of your information very quickly. They are very good at that. All right, let's continue on though. Track record of client results. Yes, I can attest to this. 2018 to 2021, they have not failed me yet. Our real estate portfolio, 247 active projects. I think I'm invested in about 63 of those, I believe. Completed projects, 101. 1.5 billion plus total assets, net assets. Fixed income, 33.7%. And these are the strategies that they use here. So you have your fixed income, you have your core plus, you have your value add, and the opportunistic. All right. What property types do? They do apartments, they do commercial properties, and then they do single family apartments, homes, or whatever. All right. But for the most part, a lot of apartment. You can see 62%, and these figures are as of February 16th, 2021. All right. So it gives us the option to explore our portfolio, or all projects in our portfolio. So you can actually come out here and click on any of the projects. You can see where they're located. You can see what kind of strategy is used on them. You can see what kind of equity is being distributed in them as well. 10 million, 1 million, whatever. A lot of different things in Texas, California, a lot of Texas, North Carolina. You can come through and look through all of their active projects there. All right, so back up to the top. Let's see what else we got. Why real estate? Is that what we just did? Let's see. I believe that was it one. Overview, why real estate? Okay, no, this is a different one. All right, so why private real estate? This is some more facts and statistics. I love companies that blast out facts and statistics and don't make a lot of promises. I like to see the numbers. So, a strategic addition to a traditional portfolio of stocks and bonds. Relative to a traditional portfolio composed of 60% large caps and 40% bonds, a portfolio which includes some allocation to private real estate is historically shown the ability to drive higher returns with generally more annual income and lower volatility over the past 20 years. So you can always come out here and learn how allocating 20 to 30% to private real estate could impact your portfolio. And this is one of the things that kind of reeled me in. I was like, I need to put something over here just to see how it works out. And it's definitely been working out great. All right, so stocks, bonds, these are just the graphs about what they were just talking about. The benefits of investing in real estate. Of course, they have different kind of like learn here type deals where you can go and learn more about the income. You can learn more about the stability. You can learn more about the risk adjusted returns. Consistent historical income generation. All right, so I believe we saw this one. This is time in years, 10 years, 5 years, 1 year. These are just different statistics that we saw, but that was a table that can be manipulated. Resilience during past economic crisis. So publicly traded REITs. Let's go to stocks. Let's go to bonds. And we can see how the graph is changing and how the private real estate held up during these times, right, against other types of investments. A balance of security with return potential. Of the four major asset types now readily available to online investors, private real estate generally mitigates risk while still prioritizing attractive returns as shown here. And of course, we've seen this one. How private real estate could impact your portfolio. All right, so move the sliders below to create a portfolio with private real estate, and you can actually come out here and play with the numbers and everything, recalculate, and have a lot of these different calculations visualized in front of you. But I'm not going to prolong the time. I'm just showing you what I'm invested in over here. All right, so we went over the strategies. The last thing I think we want to go over is the track record. If you want to see any of the help and facts, you can come out here and check out the site as well. So explore client performance over time. Real-time returns of client accounts updated daily, currently displaying data for 200,000 accounts basically. I'll just do a round number. And these are the live statistics that are shown as an overlay here. So we can see the increase, the cumulative net return up here on the X or the Y axis, and then the year over year down here on the X axis. So that's, look at that, just going on up, going on up, going on up. Nice, nice, nice. And you can see the plus or minus 1 standard deviation. Each blue dot represents one account. So that is some nice metrics there. Income through dividends. Of course, you're going to get paid dividends quarterly. It shows you how you can sign up to view whatever you can view your own metrics in your account. And that's what this is talking about. Recent letters to investors. Of course, they are always communicating with their investors. You, like I said in the beginning, you will know what is going on with your money. And that was a big thing for me. Of course, you can always come out here and read about the company. You can read about how it got started and all of that. If you have any questions or anything for me, I've been invested with them since 2018, and I've seen nothing but positive returns. I've seen nothing but them keep their word. So definitely kudos to them. I will leave a link in the description, my link in the description to Funrise, and you can click on that and come out here and check out this investment and see if it's something that could benefit you. Now, one thing I never do is tell you to buy or go and invest in something. I want you to read the stats. The numbers matter. Not what I say. Read the numbers, see if you like it, see if it's something that can definitely be a benefit to your portfolio. But anyway, that is it for this video. Just doing a brief rundown of a passive income source for me. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.